I was just asked a question. If I lost everything tomorrow, what would I do to start over? And with my background in real estate investing, this is what I said. I would immediately dive into learning as much as I can about tax liens and tax deed investing because 99% of people that have ever invested in real estate don't have a clue how it works. And the truth is, it's actually guaranteed money from the government because of a bunch of rules that they set up a long time ago on if you want to put your money into this, they guarantee you a certain rate of return. It's a game changer. Check this out. There's a corner of real estate investing that most people never hear about. No tenants, no traditional mortgage, often no renovations, just interest income tied to real property. And sometimes the opportunity to acquire real estate below market value. It's called tax lien and tax deed investing. It's not flashy, it's not talked about much in mainstream finance, but it's been part of the real estate ecosystem for a long time. And for some investors, it's a structured way to earn interest on money while gaining exposure to real estate without large upfront loans. Today, I want to walk you through how it works, why it exists, and how it can be an entry point into real estate investing if approached carefully. First, let's talk about why this opportunity even exists. Local governments rely heavily on property taxes. That money funds schools, roads, emergency services, and basic community infrastructure. But sometimes property owners fall behind on those taxes. Instead of waiting indefinitely, counties and municipalities recover the funds by selling either tax lien certificates or tax deeds. This allows the government to get paid quickly while investors step in to cover the unpaid taxes. That creates an investment opportunity tied directly to real property rather than speculation alone. There are two main ways investors participate. The first is tax lien investing, which is primarily about earning interest. When you purchase a tax lien certificate, you're paying the delinquent taxes on behalf of the property owner. In return, you gain the legal right to collect that money back, plus interest and penalties that are often set by state law. Depending on where you invest, those interest rates can be higher than many traditional fixed income investments. Most property owners eventually pay their taxes. When they do, the investor receives their initial investment back along with the interest. That's why many people see tax liens as an income-focused strategy rather than a property acquisition strategy. The second path is tax deed investing. If taxes remain unpaid for an extended period, some jurisdictions auction the property itself instead of just the lien. This can allow investors to purchase homes, land, or commercial properties sometimes below market value. It doesn't happen every time, but when it does, it can provide a pathway into real estate ownership without traditional bank financing. Now, it's important to talk about safety and expectations realistically. No investment is completely risk-free, but tax liens and deeds have characteristics that some investors find appealing. They're tied to legally enforceable tax obligations. They're connected to real property, and they don't always require taking out large loans. That said, research is critical. Properties can have issues. Some liens may take time to resolve. Rules vary widely by state and even by county. Education and due diligence matter a lot here. Hey, real quick, I hope you're enjoying this video, but if you'd like to learn everything about investing in tax liens and tax deeds, I'm gonna throw a link down to a bundle of 2 courses I made that covers everything for a smoking price. One of the reasons people explore this strategy is the lower barrier to entry compared to traditional real estate investing. Buying rental property usually requires a down payment, financing approval, maintenance responsibilities, tenant management. With tax liens, the upfront investment can sometimes be much smaller, and there's typically no landlord responsibility while you hold the lien. For people looking to diversify investments or learn real estate without immediately taking on a large mortgage, this can be an interesting space to study. But the key word is study. Successful investors in this space tend to understand local laws thoroughly, research properties before bidding, start small and build experience, and treat it as a long-term strategy rather than a quick win. If you approach it carefully, Tax lien and tax deed investing can be a structured way to earn interest on capital and potentially step into real estate ownership over time. It's not a shortcut, it's not hype, and it's definitely not passive learning. But it is a real government-backed system that many investors quietly use as part of their financial strategy. If you're interested in alternative ways to build income, diversify your investments, or learn more about real estate without jumping straight into large loans, this is a space worth understanding. And as always, the goal isn't chasing trends, it's building knowledge so you can make informed financial decisions over the long run.